MIT just dropped a bombshell that could rewrite human history. Using state-of-the-art imaging, their researchers have released the clearest X-ray analysis ever conducted on the mysterious Buga Sphere, and what they found inside is nothing short of impossible. The images reveal a level of technology that shouldn't exist for an object dated to the end of the last ice age. This isn't speculation anymore. It's high-resolution data from one of the world's top institutions. Let's explore this together.
Inside the sphere.
So, how do you see inside a sealed metal object without destroying it? You use one of the most powerful X-ray microscopes on the planet. MIT's Center for Materials Research used their Zeiss X-Radia 620 Versa, a machine that creates complete three-dimensional reconstructions of internal structures at the nanometer scale. What it revealed inside the Buga Sphere is a masterclass in engineering. 18 dense microspheres showing up as bright white spots on the scan are suspended in a hollow interior. Their high X-ray attenuation means they are made of heavy or highly compressed materials, far denser than the surrounding alloy. These are connected by a web of 52 fiber-like strands, all leading to a central rectangular component that researchers are calling the chip. Dr. José Luis Velázquez, a radiologist who performed the initial lower-resolution scans years ago, stated he had never seen anything like it. But with MIT's new, high-definition data, we can now see that this isn't just a collection of parts, it's an integrated system with a deliberate and highly sophisticated architecture. The jump in clarity from the first scans to MIT's is like going from a blurry photograph to a detailed blueprint, leaving no doubt about the complexity within. This non-destructive approach, championed by archaeological scientists like Dr. B. Poing, is critical because it preserves the artifact for future technologies that may unlock even more of its secrets.
Seamless layers.
How do you build a hollow sphere from an advanced alloy with no seams? This was one of the biggest mysteries, and MIT's imaging has only deepened it. Their non-destructive analysis confirmed the sphere is made of 3 distinct concentric metallic layers. According to Dr. John H. Parapesco, a world-renowned metallurgist from the University of Wisconsin-Madison who reviewed the data, the micro-CT scans showed the layers are perfectly bonded at the molecular level. There are no welds, no joints, and no signs of conventional fabrication. The metal flows seamlessly from one layer to the next, each with a slightly different density, indicating a highly controlled manufacturing process. Dr. Parapesco stated in the 2025 release that processes like powder metallurgy with hot isostatic pressing or chemical vapor deposition are the only modern analogs. Even with our technology, achieving this uniformity without introducing stress fractures or weaknesses would be an immense challenge. This discovery single-handedly dismantles any theory of primitive origins and points toward a profound understanding of material science.
Geometric precision.
This is where the MIT data transitions from impossible manufacturing to intelligent design. The 18 microspheres are not randomly scattered. They are arranged in 2 perfect concentric rings, 16 in the outer ring and 2 in the inner ring, all surrounding the central chip. This is not a pattern that could occur naturally. It required precise, calculated coordinates for each sphere's location in 3-dimensional space. Dr. Dava Newman, an MIT professor and former deputy administrator of NASA, has spent her career designing complex systems for space exploration. The layout inside the Buga Sphere is eerily familiar to her field of work. It is a hub-and-spoke topology, the same architecture used in modern satellites and distributed sensor networks. This design is chosen for a specific reason. It provides the most efficient way for a central processor to send and receive data from multiple nodes, allowing for 360-degree coverage. This layout is so deliberate that it completely rules out formation by random chance, unlike natural geological concretions which can sometimes mimic simple geometric shapes. In its efficiency and structure, the design even mirrors biological neural networks, reflecting a deep understanding of optimized system design.
Fiber optic network.
Could an ancient artifact really contain a fiber optic network? It sounds like science fiction, but MIT's analysis is forcing a scientific reckoning. Using the nanometer-scale imaging capabilities of their MIT.nano facility, researchers examined the 52 filaments connecting the microspheres. Dr. Michael Lipson, a pioneer in silicon photonics at Columbia University, reviewed the data and confirmed the filaments have diameters ranging from 40 to 350 microns. the exact size range of modern fiber optic cables. High-resolution electron microscopy revealed they are translucent, non-metallic, and composed of an incredibly pure, silica-based glass. What's more, MIT's analysis suggests they were embedded within the metal matrix as it was being formed. Dr. Lipson noted this would require something akin to advanced additive manufacturing to avoid shattering the fragile glass strands under immense heat and pressure. These aren't just simple glass threads, their structural purity suggests they were designed for efficient light transmission, making them a high-performance data network that rivals our own.
Rare earth alloys.
The spectroscopy data from MIT's analysis is where this story leaves archaeology behind and enters the world of quantum physics. The sphere's base alloy is about 95% aluminum, but it's the trace elements that are revolutionary. The metal is intentionally infused with rare earth elements: cerium, neodymium, and lithium. Dr. Pablo Jarillo Herrero, a renowned physicist at MIT, works with materials that exhibit strange quantum behaviors. These are the exact elements at the heart of that research. Cerium adds high-temperature stability and corrosion resistance. Neodymium is used to create the most powerful magnets known to science, essential for controlling quantum states. And lithium reduces density while increasing strength. This is not a natural alloy. The precise ratios indicate a deliberate and sophisticated metallurgical recipe. As quantum materials expert Dr. Andrea Alou has noted, controlling matter at this level is the key to next-generation technologies. This sphere isn't just made of a strong metal, it's a piece of functional matter, engineered at the elemental level to interact with quantum phenomena.
12,560 years old.
Here is where the new MIT findings collide with established history. While MIT did not conduct new radiocarbon dating, their detailed microscopic analysis of the sphere's surface has added critical context to the existing date. The original 12,560-year-old date was established by the University of Georgia from organic resin found inside 31 microscopic drill holes. What MIT's new imaging shows, according to Dr. Douglas J. Kennett, an archaeologist at UC Santa Barbara and an expert in AMS dating, is that the metallic structure of the drill holes shows no signs of modern tooling. Furthermore, the resin is perfectly integrated with the fiber-like strands, indicating it was placed there during the sphere's original construction. Dr. Kennett stated in his 2025 commentary that MIT's findings strongly reinforce the conclusion that the 12,560-year date is integral to the artifact, not a later contamination. This creates an almost unimaginable paradox, a piece of quantum-age technology existing thousands of years before the first cities were ever built.
The Younger Dryas.
So, to understand why that date is, so explosive, you really need to understand the world as it was 12,560 years ago. That year falls squarely in the Younger Dryas, which was a period of violent climate catastrophe that lasted from about 12,900 to 11,700 years ago. Geologist Dr. James Kennett is actually a leading proponent of the theory that a comet impact triggered this event, plunging the world into a deep freeze, causing mass extinctions and leading to a rapid rise in sea levels. Across continents, geologists find a black mat layer in the soil from this exact time, marking a boundary of widespread destruction and extinction. Now, mainstream archaeology tells us that humans during this time were primitive hunter-gatherers, and yet, here is an artifact with fiber optic networks and rare earth metallurgy dated to this exact period of chaos. Popular figures like Graham Hancock have long argued that evidence points to a sophisticated civilization that was lost during this cataclysm. What if the Younger Dryas event was so destructive that it almost completely erased them from the archaeological record, leaving behind only enigmatic, indestructible fragments like this sphere?
Possible functions.
What was this device for? MIT's high-resolution data has moved this question from pure speculation to, well, an informed hypothesis. The sphere's architecture is now so clear that its potential functions are actually being seriously modeled. According to Dr. John Preskill, who's a leading theoretical physicist at Caltech, the structure is, highly suggestive of a quantum information processor. The rare Earth-doped microspheres are perfect candidates for housing qubits, with the fiber optic network serving to transmit quantum data between them without any decoherence. Another leading theory is that it's an advanced environmental sensor, or maybe even a planetary monitoring system. The 18 nodes could track a vast array of data, from seismic and magnetic field fluctuations to more exotic phenomena, and process it all in real time. Dr. Preskill notes that these functions are not mutually exclusive. A quantum computer would be the perfect engine to analyze the immense data from such a powerful sensor array. So, the device may have been an all-in-one tool for understanding and perhaps even influencing its environment.
The verification path.
Even with a name like MIT behind these new scans, science demands verification. In fact, they would be the first to insist on it. The next steps are clear. As Dr. Robert Kirshner, a respected voice in the scientific community, would argue, independent replication is paramount. The radiocarbon dating must be replicated at other top AMS facilities like those at Oxford, or the Diamond Light Source in the UK. The materials themselves need to be analyzed using different methods. Synchrotron light sources allow scientists to examine isotopic ratios, which are like atomic fingerprints. If the ratios in the sphere don't match those found on Earth, it could point to a non-terrestrial origin. Neutron imaging at Oak Ridge National Laboratory could reveal any organic or hydrogen-based compounds hidden from X-rays. The great scientist Carl Sagan always stressed that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. The goal of this global verification effort is not simply to prove the claims are true, but to follow the scientific method rigorously, wherever it may lead.
Historical context.
With the weight of MIT's analysis behind it, the Buga Sphere now firmly joins the ranks of artifacts that have forced us to, reconsider the past. For decades, the primary example was the Antikythera mechanism, a 2,000-year-old astronomical computer. As the work of researchers like Derek J. DeSala Price in the 1970s revealed, it demonstrated a level of mechanical engineering that was thought impossible for its time. For years, many in academia dismissed it as a hoax or an anomaly. The Buga Sphere now presents a similar but far more profound challenge to our historical timeline. Unlike objects like the Klerksdorp spheres, which were proven to be natural formations, MIT's data confirms the Buga Sphere is unambiguously manufactured. And unlike the Betz sphere identified as modern industrial equipment, its materials and construction defy any conventional explanation. It stands as a potential testament to a lost chapter of human history, one with technology that in some ways may have even surpassed our own. So here's the bottom line. MIT, one of the world's most respected scientific institutions, has provided clear X-ray evidence of what really looks like a quantum-era device, with an internal fiber optic network and advanced metallurgy. This same object has been radiocarbon dated to 12,560 years ago. This data creates a paradox that just cannot be ignored. Is this the ultimate proof of a lost advanced civilization of our own, or something else entirely? The verification process is just beginning, and honestly, the implications are staggering. What do you believe we are looking at? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching Stellar Tech.